Hello everybody, welcome back to Grand Theft Auto 5. My name is jfavignano, and today we're looking at a Skyline GTR Freak mod once again over at GTA 5 Mods. This is the F-18C Hornet, painted up as the Blue Angels, and it is the full Blue Angels configuration, meaning it has no weapons on it or anything like that. A fantastic conversion from FSX into GTA 5, as always, by Mr. Skyline. He does a great job of that. Some notable features of this airplane are that it's, you know, pretty much an air show configuration, has no weapons or anything like that. Another thing that this model does is it doesn't have a steerable nose wheel on it. I do know that. It does have a landing light and all that good stuff. And also when we hop up in here, have a look at the way the guy sits in the chair. It's not too great. It almost looks like he's dead, like he's slumped over dead. You'll see it here in a minute. Once he gets it fired up, there he is right there. Insta-dead, falls over. Not sure what that's all about, but that's okay. Engines are fired up on Blue Angel number 1. Let's go ahead and turn our landing light on there, and let's taxi down to the end of this runway. We don't need to use the whole runway. This airplane doesn't need much at all. We will also be looking at the Air Fleet mod, and what that does is it allows you to have a little bit of fun having an actual formation with you. Now, I use the small formation, so it forms the delta. You can't do a diamond. That would be pretty cool if you could. But you can do the delta, and regardless, that's actually pretty neat. So we're going to do kind of just some of the stuff that the solo flights do at first, and then we're going to meet up with the other Blue Angels, even though, keep in mind, it won't be a legitimate numbering system on the tail, since it just, you know, populates the airplane's deliveries as you can. But you can go in deliveries and change those there. There's more than just the Blue Angel 1. We're lined up here on the runway. Let's have a look at the interior before we take off. You can see the guy's slumped over, so you don't get a really good view out the front because of that reason. Now, you could probably make your pilot or your person invisible, and that would take care of that, but then you wouldn't see them from the outside and would look kind of strange. Although it already looks strange with them slumped over. With that said, let's take off, and we'll do the dirty roll on out of here. A little bit of back pressure. We're up. And dirty roll, baby. Airplane's picking up speed. Gear comes up. And we are flying. An absolutely beautiful model in this airplane. I do love it. It really does give you a nice feel of, you know, what the Blue Angels look like. The texturing is done really well too. I'm not sure who did the texture, if it was converted to GTA 5, but it is fantastic stuff nonetheless. And our guy is slumped over, of course. Let's do a little bit of fun, a little bit of aerobatic flying. We're gonna turn around here, and we'll pretend that show center there is the middle of the airport, and we're gonna roll to the inverted. And now we have to do, you know, a little bit of flying backwards, as you normally would have to here, like this. And that looks pretty good right there.
You are in restricted airspace. Divert your course, or you will be shot down.
Will be shot down. There it is. I don't think so, buddy. Not today. Not today. Okay, let's head over here by the Palomino Highlands, and let's meet up with the other Blue Angels so we can do some formation flying with those guys. Okay, we are met up. We met up with all the other guys here using the fleet mod. You see everybody's still hunched over dead in their airplanes. That's all right. Whenever you're in a huge formation like this, you want to keep it nice and smooth on your, you know, your your information there. All right, cool. So we'll say that show center is pretty much where we started. We'll go smoke on, and there it is. It's only red smoke at this time, but that's okay. And we're gonna set up for a nice little delta pass here, and that power back in as we fly over show center, which is gonna be this pretty much the center of the field, since we'll say that we're performing for the people where we first started over there on that ramp. Okay, a little bit more back pressure right now, and we're gonna roll off here and be ready. We want all the altitude we can here for show center, and we're going to do the delta roll, pretty much is what it'll be. Smoke on, there we go. Call for that, and be ready for this. This is usually a fun one. When I bring the nose down a little bit, get that airspeed built up, and we'll start the roll here. Not right now. This will be good. All right, I'd say that was pretty successful. I mean, you know, you can only do so much with it, but still, pretty awesome stuff. I'm really enjoying this mod. You know, together with the Air Fleet mod, it's pretty awesome. Let me just give you a little rundown here of what you can do in the Air Fleet mod. Is you can open this window. It actually will end up, let's make sure we're wings level and powering up here. So, because when you open the menu, it's pretty much dead on the airplane. You can select the weapons, you know, your fleet size can be, you know, all that stuff. You have to disable them first. Select the plane that you want, the base plane you're in, all that good stuff. Very neat stuff. Whenever we have them leave us, they will just kind of fly around the airport. So as we start our turn here, we're going to try to do a diamond loop this time. And when we do it, at the end, we're going to land, and when we land, you can just, you know, tell those guys to go bug off, and it works out pretty well, actually. There's the runway in sight right there. Let's get our airspeed up. Smoke on, ready now. There we have it. Got smoke coming out the back. I'd love if we could have a eye-on-eye option for the smoke to be white. That would be pretty cool, but can't always get what you want. It still looks good. Still looks good. And we're gonna head over here to show center and get ready for the loop. We'll do this one from third person this time instead of an outside camera view. So you can see it's all about nice, easy movements on the stick here. Let's get our airspeed, altitude checking pretty good. A little more to the right here. Dump a little bit of rudder there. There we go. Fantastic. And up we go. Nice and easy here. Keeping an eye on these guys. Still flying nice and tight here as we go up. Coming through the roll now. There's the top of the roll. I'm going to pull the power back a little bit here. Let the plane watch the air brakes come down a little bit here so we can come out of the roll nice and smooth. And pretty successful. Everybody caught up. Now with the Air Fleet mod, you can see they kind of jitter around a little bit, especially noticeable when you're in the interior view of the airplane. Whenever you're on the other side, it's not so bad. And sometimes it isn't so jittery, but for the most part, it really is. So that's why I wasn't doing too much on the inside view. Although you could use that a lot better to do some of the maneuvers. Now we're gonna get set up for our final pass here, and we're gonna break off and land this airplane. It's got a very nice flight model. Like I said, it comes with a, or I don't think I told you. No, yeah, it comes with a custom vehicles made and handling line, which is done very well. Very, very well. Actually, you know what? For the final maneuver we're gonna do here, we're gonna bring the gear and all that stuff down, lane lights come on, and we're going to do the, we're gonna do an inverted pass here with the gear. Actually, no, let's do a dirty roll, because it's pretty tough to do with that much drag happening there. Smoke on, and up we go. Gear coming up now. And let's go ahead and have them bug off. There they go, doing their thing. Come back around and we'll land ourselves. Okay, let's go around there. Nice. That looks so awesome, doesn't it? That's pretty cool. And they're going to fly around the airport while we get set up to land here. Keeping everybody entertained. Gear's going to come down. Flaps are checked. Make sure we have a nice landing light. There it is. Beautiful. On our left downwind for the runway now. And with this handling line, it's all about just barely holding that brake open, that air brake, and you're usually in a pretty good spot. So let's go ahead and start the turn. Don't have to use that much rudder, actually. A lot of that pulling back on the stick really gets a nice tight turn, and then you just kind of control it with the power inputs here. Line up on the runway. So those guys are still flying around. There we go. We'll use a little bit of rudder right here. So as we get close to 30 left, we're just going to open that air brake a little bit. Whoop. A little bit more. Whoop. So bringing that nose up, open the air brake. Whoa. It's so pitchy. We used a lot of runway there, but that's okay. We got her down in one piece. So this airplane replaces the Bezra, if you know what that is. It's the one that looks like a, kind of looks like an albatross in some ways, an L-39. It was part of the pilot DLC that Rockstar put out. But this replaces that. It was pretty simple to actually deal with because the vehicle's meta and the handling line are under 64W RPF file in the in your main directory using Open4. So it was actually pretty easy to deal with that instead of having to modify the one that I use for vehicles. So I really did like the installation process on it. It was pretty simple. And there's another Angel flying over there. And like I said, we can turn them off here in a minute. I'll show you how you do that. Just come to a stop here. Let's get out and just have a look at these guys. Just look at them. They're still flying around. There's one right there. They do like little passovers, see? Isn't that cool? That's pretty neat stuff. Turn on the Snapmatic camera here. You can watch them flying together. They fly real low to the ground too. But if you're ever just wanting to watch some of these guys, it's pretty neat to use that air fleet mod for that. There's a helicopter there. Here comes one right now. He'll probably do a fly over us. There he goes. Pretty neat stuff. So now as he disappears there, we can... Oh, no, didn't want to take a picture. We're taking a selfie. Didn't want to take a selfie there. Oop, there they are. They're flying over right now. We can open that up, and when you hit remove vehicles, they go bye-bye. You won't see them anymore. So if you ever have them flying around a bunch of times and you're like, man, I don't want them anymore, just, you know, remove them that way. But that is the look at the F-18C Hornet as a 747 is coming in. Adios Airlines. But yeah, fantastic. I had a lot of fun using the air fleet, doing some air show maneuvers. And I think you guys are really going to have a lot of fun with it too. So with that said, I'll see you guys all next time. Take care. Adios, amigos.